Uber drivers, why are riders canceling on you? The answer may surprise you. Let's talk about it. Hi everybody, Mark here with Uber Hints, and my last few videos have been on a common theme, and that is looking at driving from the rider's perspective. And we're going to do it again today. You may wonder, why do I get cancellations? Cancellations are frustrating. I'll tell you what, cancellations are not really the fault of the rider, and they're probably not your fault. Cancellations fall squarely on the lap of Uber and the way they run the business. So let's look at this from a rider's perspective. I'm going to show you my screen what happened yesterday. So the first thing you see here is yesterday, 7/16, I ordered a Chrysler Sebring and it says canceled. I didn't have to pay anything. Then, about 8 minutes later, it says a Buick Verano. I don't even know what that is really. Again, I had to pay nothing. I canceled. The next one you see here, Ford Fusion. It was 3 minutes later. Paid zero. I canceled. And finally, I got the Ford Fusion. It's the same car. And this was a minute later. And I gave him 4 stars and it cost me $6.64. Why did this happen? Well, let me tell you what I was seeing, all right? As I sent out the pings, I was seeing cars in different locations. Some of them were closer, some of them were further away. And I would send out the request, and I would get a ping that was really far away. Might say 12 minutes, 15 minutes, and this rider will come to you when they finish the ride. One of them, the real long one there, I was waiting and waiting and waiting. They never got any closer to me. I don't know if they were waiting for someone in a store or what they were doing, but they weren't getting any closer, so I canceled. Then the next one came in and the money was like double. I said, what in the heck just happened? I didn't see surges in the area, but of course that's not always the way it works anymore. As a rider, we may not see a surge. Let me tell you what I saw on my side of the screen. So I canceled that. Then I put in another one and it came up and it said, this fee is 1.9 times due to busy volume or something to that effect. Do you accept this? Nope. And that was that third one I canceled. Then I sent it out again. A minute later, I got the exact same car for, what, under $7 is what it ended up being. So let me ask you, why would it be almost double, 1.9 times, and less than a minute later, it drops down again? I wasn't seeing all that much fluctuation in cars. So there could have been a lot of things happening. However, here's what I learned as a rider. I can keep canceling until I get something that suits me, till I get a car that's closer and I get a price that's right. Now you might say, oh, you're being a jackass. Why? I'm looking out for myself. You do the same thing as drivers, right? Don't we? We see something, we say, I'm not going to take that. That's a Uber Eats from McDonald's, cancel. So we do the same thing. The problem with Uber, and I said in my last video that I think I figured out why Uber is going to fail, and this might fall into that same category. One of the problems with Uber is they don't share information with the drivers. They don't share information with their riders. If they were just real upfront with everything, when they send out the ping for Uber Eats, they always wait till you accept it. Well, they will tell you the general area, but they don't tell you the name of the business, right? So if there's a lot of restaurants in one area and you accept it, then you see McDonald's, and that's when we cancel. And a lot of times, I think there would be far fewer cancellations if they would give us all the information. I want to know where the ride's going. I want to know how long it's going to be. Some of us like really long rides. Some of us don't mind doing the short rides. They never give us that information. Now, slowly, they've been feeding a little bit of that to us. At least they've been saying they're going to. So that might be getting a little better. But me, as a rider, I've learned. You know, I have taken, this week I was in the same hotel and I was roughly going to the same place 3 days in a row. So I knew about what that was going to cost. I knew about how long it was taking rides to get to me. So why am I going to accept less? I knew if I kept canceling, eventually I would get something better. And I did. Now I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, yeah, but you wasted 9 minutes dinking around on the app. I don't think I did waste 9 minutes because the ride said it was 9 or 10 or 12 minutes away or whatever it was, and it didn't get any closer. So if I would have waited for them, either it would have been a wash, or I suspect I ended up getting a closer ride. Because it was kind of weird when I finally did get an acceptance. It was like 2 blocks away. I had that ride almost instantly. And you know what happens. Even though it looks like there's not a lot of action at any given time, they drop off riders and they're ready to take a ride. That ping is going out to a lot of drivers. So even though there might have been someone 3 blocks away, the guy that was 3 miles away or whatever happened to get the ping. He was quicker on the draw. And I see it happen as a driver. So as I always say, if you want to be a better driver, be a rider, but it works the other way around. If you want to be a better rider, be a driver, because you get to understand how this works. So I knew, hey, there's probably a new driver coming on in just a few minutes. I saw the pattern. I knew in the last few days that happened. So I could cancel him, and I knew I'll probably get a different driver. I'll probably get one closer, one that just made a drop-off, one that just turned on the app. So I canceled 3 times. I ended up paying under $7. Now I know this is going to get some of you mad. You're going to say, that's why I only get $2.50 a ride. You know what? You're exactly right. That's why you only get $2.50 a ride. Because out of that $6.64, whatever it was, a good chunk of that, is a booking fee, right? And then Uber takes their part. So yeah, that driver's not getting much out of my fare. But why should I pay more than I have to as a rider? And this is one of the reasons that Uber may be doomed to fail, because it's not going to take long before all riders figure this out if they haven't already. And they're going to keep canceling until they get the best deal. There's no consistency. And there's no consistency in time, there's no consistency in price, there's no consistency in the surge, the multiplier. There just is no consistency. And until they can find a way to fix that, I think there's going to be a problem. Because Uber right now is subsidizing a really good chunk of all their rides. What did I find the other day? It's something like 25% of every ride is subsidized. Or not, 25% of every ride is subsidized. So imagine if every single ride, if they raise the price by 25%. They kind of do that already with the multipliers, but if they did that across the board, maybe everything would be better because we'd get paid more and the rides would be more consistently priced for the rider. The problem is, now you're becoming a taxi. See, taxis are more consistent. You have the pickup and you have the mile rate, and that's how taxis get paid. Uber's kind of sloppy. It's all over the board. And that's why when they recently put out their incentive program for riders, they said you can pick a destination, 2 locations, and we will always make that consistent for you. Because they realized one of the things that's irritating for riders is inconsistent pricing. And isn't that the exact same thing that's irritating for drivers? If we knew when we pick up a ride exactly what we're going to get, we would be able to do a better job of accepting or declining rides. And right now, it's a crapshoot. So my experience with cancellation, to give you a little bit of a perspective from the other side of that app. And I encourage every one of you, do the same. Become a rider and find out what's really happening, because when you become a rider, you understand the system better and you are going to be a better driver. Well, as always, I encourage you to comment down below. Please like and share the videos, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you enjoy these videos, whether it's because you get a laugh, it's entertaining, you like to make fun of me, or you pick up a little advice, consider sponsoring this channel. You can see the Patreon information below For those people who sponsor me at a $3 a month rate, I do send out personal postcards from all the different places that I visit. So thanks again. I'm Mark with Uber Hints.